to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Because we have a limited amount of time this morning, we've got an hour slated for this meeting. We have a county commission meeting that will follow right behind it, so we need to stay on schedule. The format this morning is going to be that Secretary Prasad is going to make his formal presentation. We will hear from those opposed first, and then for those in support of this project. And at the end, I'll allow about 10 minutes for comments from the Board of County Commission. So, speakers, if you're interested in speaking, there are forms out in the outer office lobby area. If you would give them to the clerk, Jane Spencer. Again, time will be limited, and depending on how many speaker forms I have as to how long we will allow it, it will not be any longer than 2 minutes. So if you just keep that in mind. So with that, good morning. Secretary Prasad, are you ready to start your presentation?
I'm ready.
All right.
Good morning, Chairman and fellow Commissioners. I want to also recognize Representative Broder here, so good for him to be here.
I also see Senator Simmons here as well, in case you missed him.
There you go. And I know Representative Dorwitz on his way too. So, thanks for the opportunity to appear in front of you to discuss this very important project, the SunRail project. As part of the Governor Scott's due diligence on this project, I'm here today to discuss the framework of the project with all the funding partners. As you know, I have a very tight schedule today, so please bear in mind my time is limited. Seminole County is one of the 5 major funding partners in addition to the Federal Transit Administration and the Florida Department of Transportation. I'm here today to present facts and not to debate the project. A lot of people here have already debated the project over the years for and against. My expectation is to determine if any new facts about SunRail have been introduced during the course of today since you last voted on the project that'll have a bearing on the Governor's decision later this week. Also expect to hear from the public on this project, both opponents and proponents. So let me begin with all things that need to happen with SunRail. I'd like you to direct your attention to the chart titled SunRail Costs that's displayed here. As you can see, the total cost of the project through 2030 is $1.28 billion. That includes both capital and operation and maintenance costs. The total capital cost for SunRail Phase 1 is approximately about $1.05 billion, of which $432 million is to purchase the Central Florida Commuter Rail Corridor from CSX. $615 million are towards capital costs for both Phase 1 and 2, 50% of which comes from the federal government, 25% from the state, and 25% that's divided among 5 local funding partners: Volusia, yourself, Seminole County, Orange, and Osceola counties, as well as City of Orlando. The local funding partners' contribution, as shown in the chart towards capital costs, is for Volusia County, $26.5 million, for Seminole County, $46.2 million, for Orange, $40.4 million, for Osceola, $27.1 million, and for City of Orlando, $13.7 million. FDOT pays for the operation and maintenance of the system for the first 7 years of the operation. After the first 7 years of operation, the system is turned over to Central Florida Commuter Rail Commission. The Commission will assume all the responsibilities of O&M and pay for the full operation of the SunRail system for year 8 and beyond. Let me be clear. The local communities will be paying for all the costs of the system beyond what the revenues from the system can sustain. The local communities contributing towards the O&M over a 10-year period when they assume responsibility are the Volusia County to a tune of $7.39 million, Seminole County to the extent of $20.26 million, Orange County $21.73 million, Osceola $14.42 million, and City of Orlando $18.16 million. Each local funding partner is responsible for the housekeeping and the appearance of their platforms and is responsible for maintenance, security, and law enforcement for the station and the parking areas. So what this entails, and specifically the cost at a minimum to the citizens of Seminole County, is $46.2 million of capital costs and $20.26 million for O&M